And then
Go back to the feeling that everything's going to fall apart.
at MySpace.
Yeah. Tell me about that feeling, because I mean, I've worked in companies that have fallen apart, my companies. But I've never had, I've never been inside a company like that, but we see it from the outside all the time. And I think it's easy to wonder, how did no one see it?
Yeah. For a tech company to stay afloat and innovative in the marketplace, when there's when you've got like companies like Facebook that just came out of nowhere. And I remember the first time I laid eyes on Facebook, like there was a USC student that worked in the office. You had to be a student to get on Facebook. And we were all like huddled around our desks, like, whoa, like this is like, we'd heard about it, but we'd never seen it before. But you kind of like MySpace was such like a force at the time. I mean, it was a fun ride, definitely working there. But it was such a force. You almost, at that point in time, you didn't feel like anything else could take you down, But once when we got bought, like you see the suits start rolling in, and then you see the barriers to innovation, like the bureaucracy, when people would just be able to just meet on the fly and think about a new product, and
hey,
then
I got an idea, whatever,
and then just decide they want to execute that. Then it starts to take 3 months or maybe longer to get things done. And I mean, it just became, you just felt that it just became corporate, like from something we all fit in like one room, and it was just very young and hip and energetic. And then they just like, we were in Santa Monica, and then they moved us to Beverly Hills, and it just grew so fast and just became so corporate.
So, you could see how, a young guy in that situation would be tempted to think, well, obviously those guys know something I don't, right? Like, yeah, this is changing, but, maybe it's for the better, right?
Yeah.
So what kept you from thinking that?
Fuck. It was a long time ago.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you, so those, like, that's an important lesson.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Which is like, you're in it, things are great. It's funny, a quick side note, I was at South by Southwest. This would have been a couple years before that. I'm at the Four Seasons. I got introduced to Jonathan, the founder of Friendster.
Really?
I think that was his name. No one knows anymore.
I never even knew the name of the.
And it was right when MySpace was like starting to bubble.
Yeah.
And I asked him, like, and we're having a coffee, whatever, talking about random shit, music, I'm sure. And I'm like, so what do you think about MySpace? And he was like, pfft.
Yeah.
And like in that moment, I knew, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Because
you can't discount.
You can't discount it, right? And he was like, oh, wait, we're about to roll out version 2, like something like that. And he's like, we're going to kill him. And, confidence is great. Like, belief in your product is great. But he was so dismissive that I just knew in that moment, like if I had stock, I would have sold it that day.
Yeah. I just think like they started to change, try to do redesigns. Like nothing seemed to work.
Yeah.
And I think when you see people in the office, like on Facebook,
yeah, sure,
that work in MySpace,
right?
Like you just felt that things were just. I mean, they didn't. Obviously, they didn't disappear. They didn't disappear. Like, but they did like mass layoffs.
Yeah.
And
so how do you take that lesson into then the rest of your life?
I think that for me personally, I mean, I just like to always be like ear to the streets, like what's going on,
Yeah.
And yeah, you can't like you can't be dismissive of like new genres and new trends, and but just I think stay open-minded and don't sell anything to Rupert Murdoch.
That's probably good. Well, it sort of worked out for them, right? They got their money. And,
yeah.
But no,
they got I mean.
But their legacy is trash, right? Like,
yeah,
if you had the chance to build something that was meaningful to the world, and it was for a really short period of time.
Yep.